This is another area of research that I'm on the cusp of. I'm just beginning to understand or put together. Um, these are cubic octants. This is an addition, double helix, ghost number cube, the cubic octants on the spatial diagonals. This is just one spatial diagonal. This is a better picture, I guess. Double helix, ghost number cube. This is the cubic octants. And this is if they were aligned crosswise. And this is a whole other thing. But this takes into account the whole cube, and including the central ghost number. I'm trying to marry that, or whatever, combine it with the fractal central ghost number cube. And I drew an example of a fractal central ghost number cube. Inside is 21, the same as these main primary numbers, 4, 5, and 6. But then I tried to conserve as much as I could to keep them at their same value. Like 1 would be 1 on this side, 2 would be 2 on this side. Anyway, so what I did, I had 1 on this side, but then I had to put 2 somewhere. And I thought I might as well give it to 1, or else I'd just be giving it to 3, since there wasn't more 4 or 5 or 6. So I just thought I'd go ahead and give 2 1 an additional number, central ghost number 2. And around here I had to do the same thing with 6, give an additional central ghost number to add to 3. But that's what I did around here, try to conserve as much space as I could, as much values as I could. And so the central ghost numbers of these are 2, 1, 5, and 1, which equals 12. But their combined central ghost numbers on each side facing the primary numbers makes this actually a 3, this a 2, that should be a 3, I think, and this a 3, and this is 6, because you got 1 right here, and 5 right here, 6, and this is 6, because you got 3 and 2, and 1 right here, 5 and 6, and this is just a 6, but that should be a 3, so that would make this 27 instead of 21 is a central ghost number. That should be 27, 21, and 12. Those are the main ghost number, the higher ghost number, and the lower ghost number, central ghost number, the fractal cube. So I just discovered that today. And what I'm trying to build up from these cubic octants along the spatial diagonals and the fractal central ghost number cube is a field that I just drew up. And this is like a typical magic ghost number cube, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Well, if you had 8 of those packed together, you'd have to add up their outer ghost numbers 8 times to equal 504. And you'd have to add up their inner ghost numbers, purple ones, 8 times, which is 8 of them together, to give 252. Which, if you could add the 252 and 252, that would be 504. And then you add up the central ghost number 8 times. If all the cubes were meshed together at all their different outer cubic octants and inner cubic and central cubic, then you add 21 together, central ghost number 8 times, and that's 168. 168 3 times is 504, the outer ghost number, where it would replace 63 8 times. So it shows that you can create a field by meshing these together, and they would still come out reasonable. reasonably, would still come out correct. 21 or 168 3 times is 504, which is 252 and 252 on both sides, and that would be the way for all the spatial diagonals, all 4 spatial diagonals. So, but that would be the in between magic ghost number cube. In between, or the outer that stitches these together, in between all these would still be this basic magic ghost number cube. But in between these, in a field, in a 3-dimensional spatial field, would be these magic ghost number cubes. So it's sort of like a lower and a higher level of a field of magic ghost number cube elements interweaved together. Well, that's another thing that I'm working on, that I'm trying to visualize and trying to figure out, because all that is you can take the different forms of all these and generalize them to fields of the outer cubic octant, or the cubic octants, and the central fractal ghost number cube. So all these combined with my last video sort of complement each other. So, well, I guess I explained enough, I hope. Thanks a lot. Bye.